Looking at what it means to be a follower of Jesus, a Christ-centered people, more than just having a heart to follow Christ and heart to be Christ-centered, but actually it's got to be fruit. That's the reality. That's the measuring stick. That's the truth of whether we are Christ-exalted. And so we're looking at that. And for me, one of the great things about being a Christ follower and authentic fruit is this: we are contagious. What I mean by that is we are attractive. I think the smell of religion is killing the church. I don't believe there is anything attractive about religion, certainly to sinners. I think that you become religious very quickly, even if our hearts are good and we intend not to be. The moment our relationship with Christ begins to be affected. When you're walking with Jesus, you cannot be religious. It's about a relationship with Him. And so there is something sweet and attractive that I believe we should have in our lives, and certainly in the church, if we're truly captivated about Christ. The Bible says if you make much of Him, raise Him up, He will draw all men unto Himself. And I think it's what we've raised up all this other stuff and duties and rather than Christ. And I believe that there is something very attractive. Taste and see, the Bible says, that the Lord is good. In John chapter 10, Jesus said that I have come that you might have life. I love that, friends. And it's this amazing picture that people are looking for life and authenticity. John 14 verse 6, Jesus said, I am the way, I am the truth, and I am the life. I love that. Again, there's no living without Jesus. And so we need to give our attention to being followers of Jesus, Christ exalted, and it draws people. It's attractive. It's contagious. People want to be a part of that. In 1 John 5:12, it says, he who has the Son, speaking of Jesus, has life. He who does not have the Son does not have life. And I believe we've got to focus on the life giver, the giver of life, to give us life, that we may have life that is attractive to those who are dead around us. We keep saying this, quoting this: a body without a head is a corpse. And I think that the church is dead. There's death in the church, bad dead. Not there's good dying to ourselves, but I think there is a lack of life, and it's because our head's not in place. When Christ is exalted, when we are Christ-centered people, our head is in place, and therefore the body is alive and well and attractive, and people are drawn to it. I do believe, friends, that you walk with Christ, your life will be attractive. There will be something about your life that draws people. Paul spoke of to some with the smell of death, and to others with the smell of life, fragrance of life. And I do believe what he's saying is people will either be bitter or better coming in contact with you, but they'll never be the same. And that cannot be from conjured up great teaching and being part of some group of people in another club or a social. It's this reality of authenticity of following Jesus Christ. And friends, that's what needs to be restored. I believe in the church today that men and women from far and wide, young and old, will come running to drink of this life-giving flow that comes from us following Christ. I grew up in Australia, and I've used this illustration many times, but it's amazing truth that if you go and visit Australia, they've got all the major cities on the coast, but then there's this big space, the outback. And if you go and hang out there, you go talk to an Australian cattle farmer, they'll let you know you've got thousands of endless open miles of space. Very few fences, but all the animals hang together. You ask them, well, why is it that all these animals hang together and there's no fences? And they'll tell you that their job is not to put up fences. They'll say their job is to dig for fresh water. For wherever there's fresh water, the animals will stay. And I do believe that's part of the mandate of the church. You got to keep digging, friends. We got to keep digging for fresh water. And the only way to do that is to walk with Jesus. There is an attractiveness that comes when we follow Christ, when we present Christ, not us. When we speak in His name for His fame, not ours. When we're not promoting our ministry, but we're promoting the giver of life. That's when people will come running. And I believe our best days are ahead for the church if Christ is exalted in all that we say and all that we do.